Alrighty. Okay, everybody, it is now the 8th, September the 8th. And I wanted to add a little bit to that last video, kind of, I don't know about summarizing a little bit, but I wanted just to touch real quickly on a couple of issues. We're saying that money, we went through this before, this is the Black's Law Dictionary, saying that money is coins and paper currency used as circulating medium of exchange and does not embrace notes, which is kind of funny considering that the money that it says that it's a note right at the top of it. Now this statute, the statute was Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve Act. Okay, and the Federal Reserve Act, and there's part of it right there. Now it was passed in 1933. It was amended by an act of January 30th, 1934. So they amended it in 34. But so anyway, 1933. Now the Federal Reserve notes that we have, these pieces of paper now, they started issuing these in 1965, I believe. 64, 65. We go back and look at that exactly, but it was well after 1933. And the Federal Reserve Act says that there are notes, and those said notes are obligations of the United States, and they shall be redeemed in lawful money on demand at the Treasury. So we talked about that already. So they got to be redeemed. Now these other ones, these ones back here in 1930, these are redeemable. So these are Federal Reserve notes. If you go by the definition, or what is actually a Federal Reserve note, this is not a Federal Reserve note. If I take this piece of paper and I write down on the back of it $1, and that's all I put on there, is that a dollar? Obviously not. So my real question is that really a Federal Reserve note? I would say it is not a Federal Reserve note. I don't know what the hell it is. It isn't lawful money. It's not Federal Reserve note. It's not a note of any kind, because it's except for a written note, which is another definition for the word note. But as the law says that it has to be redeemable in lawful money, and they're trying to tell me that this is lawful money, even though they have no law that says that this is lawful money. So I want you to really think that's a main key thing to get out of that video. Now, I want to make one more point, and I'm not a criminal lawyer or anything like that, but I just want to show you guys something. Here's the word check. So we got that definition out of the list, out of the Fifth Circuit, Fifth District. I keep saying out of the law dictionary. And that's the Fifth and the Sixth, the same. Let's say the same thing. The Sixth is a few years later. A check is a draft drawn upon a bank. We know about drawn, they wrote it out. And payable on demand. This one is payable on demand. Okay? And it has an unconditional promise to pay a sum certain in money to the order of the payee, which is the bearer in that case. Now, so that's interesting. Here's another definition. And it's a word called check kiting. Check kiting. So check kiting is the practice of writing a check against a bank account where funds are insufficient to cover it, and hoping that before it deposits the necessary funds will have been deposited. And that's interesting, because that's exactly what's going on here. They have given us these, said they are redeemable, and they're not. You go to the bank to get it, and they don't do it. So it's a check, and they're putting other checks in the bank, and they're just floating around checks that they're not ever going to actually pay. So anyway, it looks like that's what's going on to me, but I'm not an attorney, so we'll let the lawyers figure that one out, or you guys think about it and see what y'all think. Anyway, y'all have a great day. This is a really short one. But I wanted to make that real clear about the whole deal. The whole purpose of talking about it, thinking about this, are these actually Federal Reserve notes? Because there was no new law that I could find yet. Now there might be a law out there, and maybe you guys can find it. Put it in the comments and see it. Justify script piece of paper, wampum if you want to call it even that. Just absolutely nothing. So you guys take it easy and have a great day. Oh, one more thing. Press the like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Y'all know what to do. Thanks. Just reminding you.